Let me ask you about your relationship with Donald Trump. He says, now that he's made up with you after the tweet, he says you have lots in common. And I'm wondering what that is, because he calls himself a nationalist. He draws on these populist forces. And you describe yourself often as one of the great opponents of these forces of nationalism and populism. So what do you think you have in common?
Probably the fact that both of us are outsider of the classical politicians, I would say. And he arrived from the business side. He was not a favorite, and it was an unexpected candidate. And I was pretty much in the same situation in France. Probably because we are very much aligned in the fight against terrorism, and we work very closely together following this line. We know where we disagree, and we are very straightforward on that, on climate, on trade, on multilateralism. But we work very well together because we have very regular and direct discussions. But obviously, you're right. I would say I'm a patriot. I do believe in the fact that our people are very important, and having French people is different from German people. I'm not a believer in a sort of globalism without any differentiation. I think it doesn't. It's very inconsistent, and it's extremely. It makes our people very nervous. But I'm not a nationalist, which is very different for me from being a patriot. I do defend my people, I do defend my country, I do believe that we have a strong identity, but I'm a strong believer in cooperation between the different peoples. And I'm a strong believer of the fact that this cooperation is good for everybody. Where the nationalists are sometimes much more based on a unilateral approach and the law of the strongest, which is not my case. That's probably our difference.